Now we're live.
Hey y'all, this is David, Georgia photographer, and today I want to welcome you to the live stream. We got today, Aaron is on the backside. As he put it, he's not really interested in being on camera right now. He's had a comedy of errors that has prevented him from going on a trip he was trying to line up, and so he's going to be operating from the shadows, as he puts it. Let's see here. I'm getting my chat window broke out. So
These are not the droids you're looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for. No, you got to wave the hand when you say it. There's Joy, Phil, and Mike Mitchum. How y'all doing? Glad to see y'all in here. All right. I got to break these windows out. I got too many windows. These are not the droids you're looking for. I'm trying to figure out which window I want to drop this on. What have I done? Oh, I get it. Sorry, y'all. I've got to straighten this mess up. There we go. Now, get on top so I can see. Now I can see what's going on. There we go. It's always something, and I always drop the ball at the last minute. Let's see who else. Gary Arbuckle, how you doing? Heather, nice to see you again. Peter, hey, Adrian, nice to think. Hi, man. Yeah, nice. There's a bunch of y'all in here tonight. Excellent. Well, I got some announcements. I've got it written in this ancient script, as I was telling Aaron, that it's a special hieroglyph that only older people can read. So I'm practicing so I can maintain my encoding skills. Bass Angler's here. How you doing? All right. We'll see you in a minute. Thank you.
I was wondering where he's been.
Yeah, I think he's been fishing because fish are biting this time of year. Bug bite tomorrow. But announcement number one is I'm going to just Saturdays for a while so I can work on a couple of photo projects. I took my videos and rearranged them, and they're just going to land on Saturdays. So you got every other week you're going to have the stream, and then depending on how the photo projects work out, depends on whether or not I continue to produce 2 videos a week. And I've got some notes about that here. Like, I want to do some behind the scene changes to how I produce the videos. Currently, it's the workflow is real time heavy. I have to, let's see here. Where's it at? Yeah, there it is. The process right now, it literally is to, where did I put that note? It takes almost all week to produce 2 videos in my free time right now. So I'm working towards trying to improve the process flow. Some of that has to do with me, mainly. A lot of it has to do with me. But what I've found is I spend a lot of time in the edit. Lots of time. Like, I can spend almost all day just editing one video, and I don't need to be doing that. I need to find a faster, more efficient way of editing. So I've tried a few things, and some of the videos that are coming out over the next month or so are those tactics. Like, I did one of those point of view street photography videos. It's a one take video, and so that was very much faster. I just done a little cutting at the front and at the end, and I was done. So that was much simpler. But the problem is my model isn't scalable. So I struggle to scale past 2, and the quality of the videos suffer. That's one of the reasons I want to improve the process. I got to figure out a better way, just so that I don't just throw videos together and shove them on there just so there's something coming out. And I've kind of gotten in that groove, and it's not producing like as good of videos as I would like for them to be. So I'm going to do some project photography, kind of get my head right, give me some time to dwell on it, and like I said, I'm going to one video a week plus the streams. And you know, if there's some kind of current event, then I'll shoot a little camera and coffee chat and stick that in. You know, so because I'll have openings for it then. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that for a minute because it's kind of frustrating when you spend all your time just to get these two videos built, and I felt almost rushed, and I just don't want to do that. I want it to be to where the content is nice and clean and a little bit polished. I don't mind it being a little rough around the edges because that's kind of me, but I would like for it to be a little more polished than it is. You know, not have 8 jump cuts in one sentence just so I can pull the thought together without saying and yeah, you get it. But,
You get one of those loop decks for Resolve.
yeah, I thought about that too.
That CT, the CT would be, and I'm actually thinking about maybe getting one of those because way back when I was younger and I used to edit, I do control track editing with like VHS and Beta. We had a control track editor like that loop deck CT, and you would just sit there and you just scrub through it real quick and do whatever you need to do, bring it over to the next tape.
Nice. Yeah, I may be looking into it. They've got Black Magic Design has things called control surfaces that are meant for editing. That's like the loop deck, I believe.
Well, the CT is specifically designed for doing video, and it's not a big, it's a square. It's probably, I don't know, 8x8, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's not enormous.
No, it's not enormous. You can put it on your desk. It probably would fit good, somewhere about the same size as your mouse. Put it above your keyboard, and you
Okay.
give you a bunch more controls on it. Or if you want, put it next to your keyboard. Shift everything to the left and put it between your keyboard and your mouse.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I'll look into it. I really will. Um, Number two item that I was going to bring up is the Sand Mountain photo project has officially been put on hold, mainly because there's nobody to photograph. I've went out twice to start gathering photos and got my little printer and took all this with me to do stuff with that too. And there's nobody there. The people that are there, I have run into this problem too. The people that are out don't want their photo taken with a mask because they say it don't look good and they don't want to remove it to do a photo. So you kind of are in this rock and a hard place, and I don't want to be like pushy with it. So I agree, and there's no photos. It's kind of strange, but I thought by now things would start to relax more, but it hasn't, and so that's on pause. But I've got ideas about it that I'm going to work on in the meantime, stuff that I'm going to do behind the scenes to kind of get ready for it. I'm going to do some preparations, you might say. But I think maybe next spring, after the winter, or maybe sometime in the winter, I can do some good with it. Maybe they'll be back into, things will be back in the normal swing of things around Christmas. But whenever things start to kind of smooth out a little bit from it, that's when I'll most likely get back on it. But I've got a couple of other photo projects that I'm really working on as well that I'm going to be able to kind of work towards a lot more steadily and be able to devote a full day a week towards them. And that's a lot of time for me to be able to spend a whole day on it. Yeah, yeah, it's a bummer, but it's not. I ain't canceling it. I'm just gonna sit, just let it ride until the whole COVID scare kind of dies down some more. I think that's really all that's wrong is people are just real worried about the whole COVID-19 deal. Bass Angler's back and he's 5150 and everybody. All right. Number three, I want to thank Randy Boxnick. I'm making sure I say that correctly. He made a generous contribution to the channel a couple of weeks ago, and I meant to say it in the last live stream, and I failed to do so, and I didn't read my notes. So I wanted to make sure I reached it or gave him that shout out because he did send a very generous contribution to the channel to help support operations at large and help me with, time and energy and costs of things. I really appreciate it, Randy. Thank you so much for that. All right. Gary Arbuckle. That's why I went back to finishing up the Texas courthouse project. Ha ha! I see. Nice. Cuban Rum's here. Hey, how you doing? That's something else I'm going to work on is the lens Cuban Rum scent. I've got another video for it that I'm wanting to produce. And Aaron's got the same lens, and he told me about a little known fact about that lens. It has a light leak around the aperture numeric reading scale opening in the body. And if you put the lens cap on it, shine a light where you read the aperture value on the lens, it'll show up. I mean, it'll bloom out in your camera brightly. It's pretty strong light leak. And you can kind of tell why, because of the way it's used, it doesn't matter. So they didn't have to go to a lot of trouble to seal it off. But since it's one stop clicks, you just put a piece of electrical tape over the window and you can count the stops. So it's not a problem to work with. But it was interesting to find out. But have you seen any trouble with yours, Aaron, when you're shooting with it from the light leak?
Not a one. I mean, I've been out and not have it covered up, and it'll shoot fine with it.
That's strange, isn't it? Because it's pretty pronounced light leak. Like you said, you put a flashlight on it, the whole lower half of the display turns white.
The only time I think you probably would get, any sort of issue out of it is if you were shooting like a super, contrasty scene, with lots of shadows in it, and you were out in the open and it was dead noon. Right, straight down on top of you. That's the only time I think you would probably see anything. I mean, it gets diffused enough coming through there. Every picture I've taken with it comes out fine. So, but it was just something I noticed. When I was playing around with it one day out in the afternoon, I was looking at it, I'm like, I don't see nothing, but it's all lit up. And then I kind of looked on the lens caps on there. I'm like, what the heck? And I pulled out my flashlight and I started shining it around the whole barrel. Okay, is the helicoid leaking? What's going on here? Is it the lens cap? Nope, it was right there on the aperture dial.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's consistent. Yeah. So, but I've got a whole video plan where I want to talk about the macro focus helicoid mechanism, because a lot of people don't know that those are out there, and they bring a lot of functionality to lenses, like really old lenses that are meant to be bellows mounted, like fits the old box cameras and stuff. And if you want to dismount a lens, say from an old film camera that's broken, and you want to play with that lens, this is a way of putting that lens on a camera and focusing it. And it's interesting to play with. It's not something you would get out and do portrait photography with, most likely. But it's fun. It's a hobby, and it's something to toy with. So I have a video planned about all of that. Cuban Run says use gaffer tape over electrical tape. I can see that happening. It was never meant to keep light out. Exactly. That's what I was talking about, is that, the light in a dark room is shining through the lens and projecting onto the photo paper, and there's nothing illuminating the front of that lens when it's in normal operation. So yeah, they didn't have to try and seal the light leak. It wasn't an issue for the original design intent at all. It makes perfect sense when you look at how it's made. Yeah, Phil said, did you get 1 million bird pictures?
2 million bird pictures.
Yes, there is a folder full of bird photos. You guys love to photograph birds. Even the people that don't photograph birds sent bird photos.
You all will have to send an apology to Teresa tonight for making him late for dinner at 7 o'clock because you sent in too many photos.
Yeah, there's a lot of bird photos. You guys really enjoy photographing birds. And I didn't even put one in there. I actually have a hummingbird that I've been thinking about trying to get a photo of. He's getting pretty brave on the porch with us out there. So he's to the point of tolerant. He'll buzz around even while we're sitting on the porch, and he lands on a little branch just about 5 feet away from the feeder that's a little dead limb on an oak tree right there, and he'll light on that limb, you know, and they're only that big. They're little tiny things, but he'll sit there on that limb. But I just haven't got the, you know, 2 to 500 and the teleconverter out and all that jazz yet. It's been busy. Everybody's saying let's roll the photos in, but yeah, I haven't turned one in, so I'm agreeing with them. Let's roll the photos. How about it? Let's crank them up.
Give me a second.
He's bringing them on board. I think there was 53 photos sent in. It's the most I think we've ever had in one stream. I got to what was it?
Boy, you're getting very geriatric today.
Yeah, dang. It's been one of them days. I've got a lot going on in the machine shop. Like this camera, I've been doing product photography. So I'm using the XT3 and this 75 to 150 Pentax lens, razor sharp photos, perfect for product photography. That's what that light you see down here is all about. And this light over here. And matter of fact, let's see if I can get wrong side. Up a little, this little widget right here is what I'm photographing. That's harder to do than you think.
So I'm doing something a little different tonight. I got all of our photos in alphabetical order.
Aha, okay. So who's first?
It's going to be Adrian Estrella.
Bring them on.
It's the parakeet one. So since you're running behind like 30 seconds on the stream.
Okay. Thank you. Because yeah, I've got the. Let me see. Where's the chat window? Let me bring it out. I'll bring it back over here.
If you sort all those pictures up by if you can sort them by alphabetical over there in Dropbox or however you got them, you'll be able to look at them.
If you just tell me a brief description, then I can see what the email says about it.
Okay.
Let me see here.
It's a picture of a bird.
Oh no, that's not gonna go well. He says, so he doesn't shoot a lot of birds. That's why I went to the archives to find some photos. I could only find these. The first one's an interesting background. That's my brother Salvador. He's coming back. He saw a cat attacking the little birds. Naturally, he scared the cat away and he took the bird to the house. He said, sadly, the bird didn't survive. The cat had already done too much damage to it. What's the next one?
Another one by Adrian. It's a picture of birds.
Okay. Is it the black and white or the ones in the sky?
It's Adrian number 2, black and white. No, well, I don't know.
There's a bunch of them on a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. That's a pretty cool photo, actually. I like how he's got the negative space of the blackout, you know, the silhouetted birds in the tree, and then you got some more the balanced black space in the sky above the frame. I like this photo. If you don't follow Adrian on Instagram, he posts they're semi-desaturated, but he's got like looks kind of like there's a Lightroom preset he's made up to put on the images or something to give it sort of a old faded film look maybe, but they're really good images and I really enjoy it. He done like a big pano series where there was an auto accident on the highway, and as you scrolled through the photos, you know, swiping to the left, it passed through the image and you start with like the patrol car to the crash car on the other side where it had run off the road. But yeah, he's got a really good Instagram account. Let's see his next one.
It's a high key of a seagull.
Yes, I like this. I like how he got down on the level with the seagull, and it looks like that's the ocean foam washing in around its feet. It's not just sand.
He's got to be using film simulation on there.
Yeah, to have the grain look.
Yeah.
It's got that film grain look.
It looks like film simulation.
He always has really interesting photos on his Instagram. I like that. Who's next? What's the next person that's going to jump in?
Cuban rum, number 1.
Cuban rum.
Told you,
All right.
alphabetical order.
Nice. Is it black and white?
No, it's number 1. It's red.
Oh, I see it. Okay, now I see it. Wow, the key. That's just interesting. I'm trying to decode this photo. There's so much going on. That's really cool. Oh, I see what's wrong now. I was trying to figure it out. I went the wrong way. I went to his last week's photos. I'm sorry.
Y'all just hold on a bit. David will be back with us sometime next month. Hopefully he'll still remember his name by then.
Yeah, I'm that guy down in some state south of Tennessee. Okay, I see. It's a red bird, and he's looking at the camera. Well, at least it looks like he is, but he's technically not. But that's a really cool photo. Is that hibiscus? Is that what that is?
That looks like a... No, that's not hibiscus. That looks like a potato vine.
That's what you call it. Oh, you're from Florida. You'd know. It looks like that stuff that grows in those matted knots along the ocean, doesn't it? It's really pretty. What's his next one? 2.
Surprise, it's a bird. Actually, I know that bird. That is the Florida state bird. That is the Mockingbird.
It's real pretty. Man, it's razor sharp, too. It's beautiful. It's beautiful when you can see them this clearly.
You know, the Mockingbird actually can make more sounds than a parrot. I've heard one sound like a washing machine before.
Wow. That's interesting. I know they sing a lot of different songs. I didn't know how many they could. Let's see his next one, the blue jay stealing from the cat food.
There you go.
I like that. I like the juxtaposition. He's like, take that, cat. I like jaybirds. They're real photogenic. Their song is crap, but they're real photogenic. You know, all they do is they just squawk, or screech or whatever it's called. But they're real entertaining to watch, you know. And they will straight steal some cat food. I like that. Where's the next one? Let's see. Another jaybird?
Another blue jay.
Yeah. I like this one a lot better, just to be honest with you. I like the depth of the background and the foreground elements. This is just a really interesting photo to me. I'm just about to say that I'd frame this one, Cuban rum. I say that all the time to Phil. Phil takes all these banger photos and then just uses them in a YouTube video and forgets about them forever. Man, he needs to be printing some of them photos. Man, this is a really good image. I like this one a lot. He says he's eyeing the cat food. He took all his photos with the Z7, and then 3 and 4 were. Go ahead.
I was going to say 70 to 200.
Yeah, at f4.5, ISO 800. But his first 2 were with the 2 to 500 at various focal lengths. The Mockingbird was at 500 millimeters. Man, that camera and those lenses are incredibly sharp. Nice setup. Who's next?
Gary Arbuckle.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, go ahead. Who's up?
I told you, Gary Arbuckle.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Gary Arbuckle. Ah. Okay. He sent quite a few. Which one is the first one that showed up? Is it the
Turtle.
dove?
Yeah, it's a dove. It's not a turtle dove.
It's like it's got the blue eye.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Maybe it's a pigeon.
Maybe. It's real pretty. Man, I like this. Let's see if he's got some specs on here. Knock on D3, Z6, D610, D7100. He's photographed these with a plethora of cameras. What's his next one?
Number 2.
See, I can't see the file names on this email.
Oh, it's the 2 cardinals in the birdhouse.
Okay,
Feeder.
so they're in order on here too. Then all right, because that's the second one down. He embeds his in the email. He doesn't make them attachments, so I can't read the file names. But I like the wings in motion. Anytime I can show motion in a photo, I love to do it. I like that one a lot too. Let's see his next one. If his next one is the one with the star on top of the birdhouse,
It is.
I like that one. I like how it's roughed its feathers. Wow, that's cool. Is that the same kind of pigeon from the first one? Looks kind of like it is. I think it is.
That one looks more like a regular turtle dove. I don't know, but it's still got the blue eyes, or the blue around its eyes.
Nice. White winged dove, he said. Shot it with the D3 and the 2-500. I got to watch the chat. They tell us stuff that we need
this
to
one.
know.
This one was with the Z6 and the 2-500.
Okay. Oh, the first one was the. Yeah, he says it's mad. The feather detail is nice. Wow, that's a very cool photo. Show him the next one.
D7100 with a 70-200 4.
What kind of bird is that?
A great egret.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's a great egret. I don't know. That crawdad looks awful big, so it might just be an egret.
Well, moo. Eating lunch. Lunch doesn't look like it wants to be eaten. Look at those feathers. Snowy egret is what Phil said.
Yeah, or a cattle bird.
Or a cattle bird.
Sorry, Phil. You got it. Us Florida folk, we call birds all sorts of weird names down there.
Birds are tough. And he's got amazing detail in it, too. Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, wait till you see the next one, guys. Looks like a lobster it's eating. Show them the next one. Have you showed them the hummingbird?
It's on there.
Man, check out that hummingbird. Coming in hot. Hello, Hassan. Thank you for stopping in. It was a fishing lure, is what Gary Arbuckle says. Man, that hummingbird's pretty, man. How fast? Does it say the shutter speed on the hummingbird photo? It's got to be 1/8,000.
No, it's 1/16,000.
1/16
thousandths. 1600.
1/1600.
Yeah.
Look how he froze the wing.
And
He started it it's got to be at that point when it changes direction. You know, they flap out and then they roll their wing over and flap in. It's got to be at that point where it's stalled momentarily to turn its wing over because it's not blurry. Man, that's a cool photo. To freeze the wing, because you know they're normally blurry. My shop guys would like the next photo. He's a duck hunter.
Quack, quack.
Mm-hmm. TV, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Got your photos. 1/4000 works great for hummingbirds, what bass angler said. Yeah, somebody told me just turn the shutter speed all the way up, float the ISO, and then cross your fingers if you want to freeze them. Whatever the fastest your camera will shutter at. Well done. All right, show them the ducks.
We've been on there for about a couple minutes now.
You gotta let me know these things.
You said show him the next one. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm following your instructions quite well.
So it's kind of okay. So I got to pay attention better. Man, it's one of them days. Okay. Let's see. I've got that done. Now I got to move it over here. Man, I like it. Yeah, I got a boy that works for me that loves the duck hunt, and he'd be just ecstatic to see this. I don't recognize the different breeds, but I'm sure some of these are exotic. I love the feather detail in the one that's at the back of the pack. How it's got the two color feathers. Almost looks like chicken feathers.
Those look like some mixed breed mallards.
Kind of do, don't they? Bass angler said, "Wow, 1/4000 to be plenty to freeze it." Printable, yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's got some laser sharp focus. Green heads is what they're called. Okay, makes sense. They got green heads, big as it goes. Nice. Yeah, that's a beautiful photo. Who's next?
Grant.
Grant Govro. Let me find his. He only sent one photo this week.
It's a hell of a photo.
I didn't ask him how he got the raven to just kind of linger in the tree branch behind the model, but it looks good. He's an amazing portrait photographer. He really is. And he's gotten into black and white. He tried shooting film for a while and was really enjoying film. Yeah, this is a beautiful image. It looks like a crow. It's a really cool photo, Grant.
It's an awesome photo.
Yeah, it is. I'd print that one too. I'd have all these prints. I wouldn't know where to put them all. Okay, I got to send one over to the Dropbox for you because it should come in somewhere right about now. Probably should have happened before this one. Let me get the Dropbox open. I got a latecomer. He sent his photo. Download. Come on. I just happened to see the email when we went to the folder.
I'm going to move on to, we got so many photos. I'm moving along. So the next one's going to be Heather Boyd.
Okay, what's next?
Heather Boyd.
All right. Let me see. Man,
you just work on that photo, and I will keep the photos moving along.
Yeah. I dropped it in Dropbox, so I had to, once I got it out, I'd send it to you. Heather Boyd. There we go. I found her name. She says she's sending two pictures. Both were taken at Nickajack Dam. Photo one is a double-crested cormorant. At the moment it landed in the water. Which photo did you put up? Is it the one in flight or one landing in water?
It's going to be the first one, number one.
Oh.
In the water. Agua.
Okay, I see it now. It's a Juvenile Osprey. Notice the orange eyes. Orange eyes equal juvenile, yellow eyes equal adult. Oh, wait a minute. The double-breasted cormorant is the one that landed in the water. The light was fantastic that morning. You'll see that its eyes nice and bright, and the golden light reflected off the beak. It's a really, really beautiful photo. I like how it's got the early morning light. Man, that's cool. That eye looks green.
It is.
Let's see her other one. Wait till you see that.
There's the osprey. Osprey.
Yeah. This is something that bass angler would like. Man, look how sleek its entire body is. I mean, the aerodynamics. It's just incredible. It's a beautiful bird. They kept returning and said there's a concrete walkway that goes into the woods near there. In those woods, there has to be an osprey nest. They kept returning to that area. Oh, okay. I get it now. We watched a couple of different ones fishing. This one flew right over my head immediately after this photo was taken. That's why you got all that good detail that flew right above you. Ah, well done. Beautiful image. I really like the osprey photo. That's incredible. Wow. All right. Who's up next?
Next three are Jacob Jerg.
Jacob Jerg. I saw that name. There it is. Let me see. He shot them all with his D810 and an old non-VR 500 millimeter f4, and picks 2 and 3 had a 1.4 teleconverter on them. So he was shooting 700 millimeters without VR on a D810, which is high resolution. I mean, if you're going to have camera shake, it's going to show it to you.
He for at 500 millimeters, actually shooting kind of slow on it because it went 320th of a second.
Yeah, he's under reciprocal rule. Look how sharp that little bird is. I love how it's a little sphere almost. It's just all compacted down. It's cute. This looks like something that you would see hanging in like maybe a law office or a really, really nice restaurant. You see that kind of photo in there. Like a nice coffee house. These are beautiful.
Moving on to number 2.
All right. Yeah, I don't even know what kind of birds these are. Let's see. Does he even say? Portrait birds that live in my garden. That's all he says. All right. Bird gurus. Let's see. Looks like a kinglet. That's what Heather says. Phil says hard to tell on my cell phone. He's watching the stream on his cell phone. He's still at work. Love the composition. Yeah, it's beautiful. Phil says it's a kinglet too. That's what they believe it to be. Man, that's beautiful. The bokeh produced by that 500 millimeter. Look, whatever that is behind that bird, it's completely erased. Take us to the third one. Wait till you see this one. I love how it's got it's more of an action than just like looking over its shoulder or just sitting there. This one's looking up, you know. Like to me, it looks like it's about to take flight, like it's getting its body in position to launch. That's what it kind of makes me think of. I like this one a lot too. Yeah, like Grant said, I really like the composition of these. This is really cool. Joy said ruby crown kinglet. Phil said this one's a nuthatch. There we go. Thanks, Joy. That one's a nuthatch. Wow. I know how the 7000 series and the D500 likes to blow the whites. Oh, they're talking about holding on to the highlights. Yeah, dude, this is an incredible photo. The detail is just crazy. And he's shooting it with a manual focus lens, too. No. It could be an autofocus. It just don't have VR. This could be one of the screw dry focus 500 mils. It doesn't say that, but it's the non-VR 500 f4. So because there's what 3 or 4 generations of that monster. I think they made them all the way back to the 70s into the AIs. Man, those are beautiful photos, Jacob. Wow. Thank you for sharing those with us. Who's next?
Joy Adams.
Joy Adams. If I had to guess, there's probably going to be a few.
Got 3.
Let's see here. And they are numbered. Nice. The first one's of 2 birds.
Yep.
Wow. Talk about your detail. And she's shooting these with what she use?
I don't know. She exported them out somewhere where there's no metadata in there.
She scrubbed them. She says in her description, she says, Mike and me took a short road trip up to Gupton Wetlands in Kingston, Tennessee on May 2nd, apparently of this year. I was hoping to get good shots of the black crowned night heron, which was a regular to this wetland. But I did get an epic shot of the pileated woodpecker, you'll see it in a minute, who landed within 10 feet of me. She says, I froze in my tracks and fired away, not even taking the time to back my lens off. Apparently she had it racked all the way out. She said, the female and male bluebird sharing a breakfast of worms and a female bluebird striking a pose. You'll see that one in just a second. That's nice. Go to the second one. Have you loaded it yet?
It's loaded.
Man, look at the detail in these feathers. And this is proof that you don't have to have the most expensive equipment on earth to get amazing photos. Because it's not cheap equipment, but it's not like the most expensive. She's not shooting with the 600 millimeter f4. She's got, I think it's a Tamron zoom lens. Isn't it, Joy? I believe she shoots Tamron glass.
Yeah, it's 150 to 600.
Yeah.
Same one I got.
And it takes, look at the detail. You see YouTubers talk about how if you're going to shoot birds, you got to have that giant 17,600 millimeter f4. That's bogus. Look at this picture proves it. And here's the kicker. She sent me a 151 kilobyte down res version of it to save my bandwidth. That's only a 151K version. That's not even full res. It's down res a lot. And it's still incredible detail. So that's living proof right there that you can get insane images with third-party glass and without getting the newest and latest and greatest camera. That right there is proof.
I switched this up to the woodpecker.
Now, I gotta give her a little credit here. For a pileated woodpecker to land within 10 feet of her, she probably wasn't moving very fast to start with. They fly through the yard here from time to time. Them and whatever the other one that's the smaller version of this guy. It's not a pileated. It's another woodpecker that looks similar to the pileated, but he's smaller. And both of them will pass through this area, and they'll land on the pine trees in the yard. And the moment they see me and Teresa on the porch, 60, 70 feet away, pick up my coffee cup, they'll fly off. That's how timid they are. They are very, very timid creatures. Very good shot. The red belly woodpecker. Okay. Yeah, because I see him too, because he's about half the size of the pileated. Looks just like it, but small. It's not the same bird, but we get 1 or 2 of these occasionally that when they come through, it looks like a daggum condor, and it'll land on the side of the tree, and it'll be 1.5 feet tall, it seems like. But they're super timid. That's an amazing photo to be able to get that. Yeah. I figured you wasn't moving around a lot for him to land that close to you. You had to be pretty still. Well done. That's an incredible photo.
Moving along, Mike Mitchum.
All right. Let's see here. I think
He's got 7 photos.
yeah, I think I got to pay attention to where I'm at, and I got to make sure I don't wander down into his photos from gestures because I was down there around the edge of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This email only has 5. I think he sent 2 different emails. Yeah,
Bird at the
3
birdhouse.
3 different emails. Okay, there's one with a squirrel in the background, and then there is some seagulls on a white painted post. Those are the last 2 emails. So let me get back into this other one. This has got 5 in one. See here. Long birdhouse, green roof.
Green window? No, green window. It's Mike.
Oh, I see it. Okay, so
one.
it's these are upside down in this one. Then they're embedded in the email as well. Looks like it's eating. That's beautiful. Whatever that. I love the orange in its wing. I like how the birdhouse looks like a little tiny house. It even has a gutter. Nice detail work. That's pretty cool. And the color of the bird balances with the house siding color too. Huh. What kind of bird is that? Y'all gonna have to help me out here. George says he always hears the woodpeckers and never sees them. Wow, I love that. What's the second one?
Hummingbird.
The hummingbird, the green one?
Yep.
Wow. See how its wings are blurry? That's what I always end up with. Because apparently I'm running too slow a shutter speed. But you know, this one is indicative of what I'm normally trying to get. If I can make it work, I want to get it in such an angle that the shutter is just slow enough that you get the whole figure 8 blur of the wing. If I could ever get it right. I tried for about 2 weeks, probably 3 or 4 years ago to get that, and almost got it once or twice, but the bird would be turned wrong and you couldn't see it. But I was trying to get the whole wing path as a motion blur, and you can do it pretty easily. Does he have his exit date on there?
Fuji X-T4 with the XF100 to 400. I don't know what aperture he shot at, but he shot it at 1/1250th of a second at f9.
So you can still see motion blur in the wing at 1/1250th of a second. Wow, that's incredible. That's a beautiful little hummingbird. What's his next one? Is it the blue jay stealing cat food?
Blue jay stealing cat food. That is the common theme of this whole thing.
All right, everybody, next week is a photo of a blue jay stealing cat food. They don't come to the cat food on my porch because it's too far from safety. They have to go to the back of the porch. We did have some little brown songbirds that would be brave enough they'd fly in and steal it and fly away, but the blue jays wouldn't come into the porch because it was all the way at the back. But man, look at the detail in its head. That's beautiful. This got to be like an old veteran blue jay. Look how dark he is. Like he's lived hard. That's a pretty cool photo. Phil says he just tries to get the eye sharp on the hummingbirds. It's a challenge. I can understand. Man, they're so unpredictable. You can't put up the meow mix. Yes.
Moved on to the next one.
All right, that's birds on the birdhouse.
Number 4.
Nice. What are those? I like how the one on the top's looking. They appear to be looking at the camera, but we all know that they look to the sides, so they're not actually looking at the camera. That's a pretty cool photo. I always like them when they have their head like cocked over to the side. Mass Angler said he's not feeding his birds iams. It's too expensive. He feeds them meow mix. I like that. But no, that's a really cool photo. I really like how it's looking at you. Then the other one's looking up. Let's see the last one in this string. Well, it's going to be the fifth one, I guess.
Yeah, that's already on there.
Or it should be a cardinal.
It's cardinal.
That's pretty. I like how it's backlit. That's a really beautiful photo. The color juxtapositions with all the backlit leaves, they almost have a glow to them. Cardinals are awesome. I've always loved them. We always have them around here. They're pretty prolific around here. We actually got to catch them for about 2 springs in a row. We tried to have chickens in a coop on the other side of the house and down in the edge of the woods, and it had a net over the top of the coop to keep the hawks out. We'd open the door in the daytime to let the chickens walk the yard, and then when they go in at night, we'd close that gate, to keep the predators from getting them while they sleep. And those cardinals would fly through that door to get to the scratch that we had thrown down inside the pen. And then once they landed and ate the scratch, they'd try to fly straight up and they'd hit that net. They couldn't get out, even though the door was standing wide open. They'd work their way over to the corner where the ceiling met the wall of the pen where the chicken wire was. And we would go in there literally and just slowly reach up there, and that bird would just be so tired from trying to fly through the screen and couldn't get out that it just let you. You just easily grab it and just pull it off the fence and carry it outside. Once it caught its breath, it'd fly off. But they'd be one every other day or so. I don't know how many cardinals we caught. They will straight peck you. They're mean, especially when you catch them. What's the next one?
It's the one with the squirrel.
I love this. What kind of bird is that? Is that a woodpecker?
Yep, a little tiny one.
Oh, it's eating one of those blocks of seed. What do they call them? Because we put one of them out and it molded. The birds wouldn't eat it. Apparently we had the wrong kind of birds, so we threw it away and got a regular bird feeder. But I love how the squirrels in the background raiding the open seed feeders. I like that. I like this one a lot. This is a pretty cool photo. Number one, to catch a woodpecker on a bird feeder is probably pretty rare. That's cool. That's really cool. That looks like the little ones that we would see. Downy woodpecker, a little male one, they said. Suet, that's what that seed is called, that block. Suet cake. Yeah, and it sours if they don't eat it quick enough. Wow. They love suet. Interesting.
We are now in the Seagulls.
I love the seagull photo. I'm going to go ahead and say it before I even get it pulled up. He calls it a headless gull, but actually it's just a detached head because its head's poking out from the side. I think this is almost a comedy scene photo because you got the gull body on the top and its head's poking out from the side. It's actually really funny to me. I always love seagulls because they're such characters. Their man fear is very minimal because they'll straight raid your bait when you're fishing at the ocean.
I've caught them on a fishing rod. They catch my bait before it hit the water.
Yeah, they will straight go fishing with your stuff. Yeah. I bet they don't like being reeled in at all.
Not one bit. Trying to get a hook out of a seagull's mouth too is a bit of a challenge.
I bet they are very, very, very not cooperative. That's an awesome picture though. I like the juxtaposition with its head poking out from the side of the post. I just think that's cute. Phil says he likes the bokeh-fied wave in the background. Yeah, suet cake with pepper to keep squirrels off. Ah. Wild turkeys are called timber chickens. They're having fun with this. All right, I uploaded George Nagata's to the Dropbox. So if you want to drop it at the end, that's fine. But
Yeah,
he added
I'll
his.
have to re-import it, so we'll have to wait.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure we didn't overlook him because he did send it. Oh, what have I done? I moved it.
Here, I switched this up to Neville.
All right, Neville. He sent. Let's see. Make sure. I think he sent just one email this week. Yeah, pretty sure. Sent 2 photos.
Yeah.
All right. Is it the nuthatch or the crowned crane?
It's the crane.
Yeah.
Alphabetical order, man.
Oh, see, I had to rename some of them, so it throws me. Wow. Man, these Florida birds are cool. I'm just going to say it. Why don't we get these decorative critters up here?
Too cold?
It's too cold. They don't care about corn that much. They'd rather stay where it's warm. I love that. Excuse me. Yeah, look at the color too. Let's see his nuthatch photo. This is cool. They say somebody said it's against the rule to get them on the feeder, but this is a really cool picture. He's looking right at him. I like it. I like how it's got its claws crossed too. You get to see all the detail. I guess it's looking at the camera because it's about to raid them sunflower seeds in that feeder. It's about to go through that opening and get it in one of them. That's a cool little picture. I like that. I like them when they what is it, tell a story, or they have it's like they're just not sitting on a limb. I really like the action shots. I guess that's what I'm saying. But that's just me. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes. So this is a great photo to me, though. He said the nuthatch is on his feeder with his D7200. The crowned crane was at Colchester Zoo 2 weeks ago with his D90. Where's Colchester? Is that New York? Did I lose you?
I don't know where it's at.
Oh.
I thought that was a rhetorical question.
Oh no, I don't know where Colchester's at.
Do you want me to Google that?
African crane. Chattanooga Zoo has 2 of them. That bird looks like Billy Idol. Don't worry about it, George. We got your photo. We're going to get it. That's cool. That's pretty cool. What's he saying? A lot of good shots are wasted because the feeder in the shot. Unspoken rule that needs to be broken. Yeah, because this is a good photo. I like it. The bird's doing something. I would rather it be doing something.
Sorry, Geico tap trumps whatever these bird rules are.
Yeah, there you go. Who's next?
Peter Nagy.
Peter Nagy. Peter, did he just send one? No, he's got quite a few. They're spread out. Let's see. 1. They're numerically ordered.
Yeah, no, but this is for some reason it put it on 3 because of.
Okay.
I guess it's a double space. I don't know.
Huh. Oh, because I messed up when I was typing the file name. No, he put his own file names. Huh. Let's see. Wow. What is that?
We got a bunch of them up here. I run into them all the time.
That little yellow bird that's
Yeah.
raiding the. What
Milkweed.
is that tufty? Is that milkweed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't mess with bass angler. Man, that's a cool photo. I love this photo. I love that its wings are outstretched at the same angle that the weed is. It's all has its own leading lines and it's all on plane, so it has symmetry as well. This is just a cool photo.
Hold on a second. Let's look at something here real quick. I don't need that open. Oh, what is that? Oh,
This one.
yeah. It came close. I was curious if it would fall into that.
Into what?
It's one of the composition lines that you can it's
Oh.
like the rule of triangles is what it is.
Yeah.
One of the rules of triangles. And it's like I think there's more here.
Yeah. That's an awesome. Oh, yeah, because Lightroom has all those different overlays. That's right.
Yeah, that's not the rule of triangles. Yeah, that's the rule of triangles right there. Anyways, I was just curious.
Yeah. I love how, like I said, I love how they're all on, it has symmetry. Like I said, I love the photos of the animals doing something. Oh, so the next one will be number one.
The next one is number 1.
Let's see here. Oh, no. Crud. It downloaded it again. Wow. You ever see a blue jay that looks like a vulture?
We've seen some pretty scruffy blue jays this evening as well.
Yeah. Well, to Peter's defense, it's not raiding a cat food dish. He said, as he calls it, ugly blue jay, just to keep Phil from being jealous. That's what it says in the email, Phil. Canadian thistle, and that was an American goldfinch. Okay. Yeah. Exactly what I was thinking. It's great. Let's see his other one because he's got another one. It says Mr. Ugly again. He looks much better now. His feathers would start to grow nicely. What happened to this bird? It's funny because he does. It looks like a little tiny vulture. It's cute. Something. I guess he might have got mites or something and molted, and his feathers fell out. That's really odd. Wow. That little he's lived hard. That's a cool photo because of the black background. Getting him against a black backdrop like that was cool too because it gives good subject isolation. That's a really cool photo, Peter. I like that. Summer molting's what Joy said. So apparently they shed their feathers in the summer. Interesting. Phil said cardinals do it all the time. Huh. See, I know chickens do it. They'll molt and shed their feathers and grow new ones, but I didn't know that little songbirds did it too. Huh. Mike Mitchell said no cat food is the reason it's so ugly. It's starving to death. Bass Angler said he stayed out late at the bar. Oh. That's a good one. Let's see. Who's next?
Phil?
Hmm?
Phil?
Bill Thatch. think. Let me see. Okay, I gotta find him. Ah, here we go. Oh, look at that. I'd print that, Phil.
Phil should print a calendar.
Yeah, no kidding. That score one for Aaron. Good idea. Phil needs to make a calendar. That way, at least he'll print the photos. Man, look at this picture. Let me guess. He shoot it with a 500 millimeter.
Yep, 500 squared.
Yep. And the teleconverter. Wow. He said, Juvenile Osprey and Fly. I decided instead of going through and sending in my greatest hits, I'd just send in my favorite from my most recent bird photography outing at Niggajack. Man, that's a beautiful photo. This has to go in the greatest hits pile, dude. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Yeah, you need to make a calendar, dude. That's a good point. Joy does too. Joy takes so many good photos of little songbirds. She could so easily print a calendar and they'd sell like hotcakes. I'd straight buy them.
Christmas is coming around. All you photographers wondering what you can do for Christmas presents, there you go. Print something up.
Yeah, no kidding. Print. I'd like to have a print of this. Just saying. I'd hang it in my living room. That's a beautiful Osprey photo.
At this rate, Dave's going to open up a photo gallery in Chattanooga.
It's a good idea. I'm going to tell you, it's a close race between his and Heather's, though.
It's probably the same bird.
Yeah, but they're different compositions, and I don't know which one I like better. That's a close race. Y'all both got some super dope photos of that bird. Yeah, it looks like the same bird. Wow. Incredible. Who's next?
Ray Solando.
Ray. He sent 3 from what I can see. Okay, now I renamed his, so you're gonna have to call them out. It's like one's landing, one's got its wings folded in front of it, and one the bird looks purple. One's coming in hot over like 3 other birds.
This one's just flying.
It's like it's a vulture coming in low, flying towards the left, towards camera left.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is cool. To get this photo, think about the work that went into that. You don't just like walk outside and get photos this awesome. You know, it's just not something you do. That's pretty cool. I like that, dude. I like that a lot. I'd almost print that one too. I'm telling you, there's a photo gallery. There's enough photographers in Chattanooga that if we come together and just rented us some space downtown toward the river, we could easily stock it with local artist prints, and they'd all be bestseller quality. These are incredible photos, guys. What's his next one?
The one flying over the water.
Okay, so it looks like it's by itself coming in the land
or taking off. I don't know.
Yeah, headed camera right, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a picture of a vulture.
Yeah, but look at the detail in its feathers. I think it's taken off because there's water coming off the back of it. You can see the water droplets. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. It's not as good as the first one, but that one's pretty cool. Now, the next one, I like. Show them the next one.
It's on it.
Dude, the symmetry alone makes this cool. Plus, you got the rule of odds. You got the 3 standing up down on the ground at the bottom of the frame. Plus, you got this one by itself coming in, basically balancing itself in the frame directly over the 3 on the ground. This is a cool photo. I like this. I like this one a lot. This one rivals number one. I don't know. Ray, these are pretty cool photos, dude. To be taking pictures of vultures, I like them. Dude, that's awesome. I like this one a lot. Man, that's cool. Ray said that he's at the Suck Creek boat launch. I was scared. There were so many. I like that. Apparently, the fishermen were throwing out their entrails and the vultures were cleaning up the mess. Joy said calls that last one conference call. And then you got Party Crasher coming in, is what Phil says. I like that. RD says, what was this week's subject? Birds? Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Whoa. What's this say? Mike saying? Matt Claw Matt Kloskowski has free Lightroom templates at the end of the year for calendar prints. Oh, I get it. So you can build calendars. You can just use his tool. Bass Angler said could do a channel calendar and sell it. Yeah, but most of these, all of these photos aren't mine. That's awesome. I like your idea, Bass Angler. Well, honestly, I think some of these people need to print their own calendars. Man, these are easily rival Thomas Eaton. Just with bird and fly photography. This is crazy good photos. All right, who's next?
TV Smith.
TV, right? Let's see.
He's depicting the scourge of the Midwest.
The scourge of the Midwest.
They're the most. I used to love these birds until I moved up here, and now I can't stand them.
Oh, is it a Canadian goose?
Oh God, I hate these things.
They love it down here too. You see them everywhere. We actually saw a bunch of them just over the weekend. Man, look at the feather detail. What a beautiful photo, TV.
There was an office when I worked at the Cardiovascular Center. Since they're protected species, you can't touch them. And they would get all out there in the parking lot. I mean, just hundreds of them, and there would just be, defecating everywhere, and it would cause problems with old people.
Yeah.
So we came up with a way to chase the birds off. We got a really good RC car, and we go chase them off. Never touched them. They flew off, so we chased the birds out of the parking lot with a little radio control car.
Wow. Go to his next one.
Yep.
Look at the detail in those feathers. I love this. I love how he's got the second one in the background and it's broken. It's blown out just enough that it separates from the first one and they don't bleed together. Plus, it looks like there's another one sitting down by the water's edge or something. Not sure what that is. Might be a tree root too.
It's a stump.
Yeah. This is a cool photo. I love his colors. He does such strong colors with his photos. This one would be something you would see at like Bass Pro Shop in the hunting section. That's a cool photo, dude. I like that. Oh, crap. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that.
I don't think it bothered anybody other than you.
It bothered me.
We got a bunch from Thomas Millard next.
All right. Joy says too many of them. We need a hunting season.
Here's your Hitchcock. Here's your Hitchcock picture.
Uh-oh. Let me see. Where's
Houston Airport?
I'm getting there. Thomas Millard. All right. Oh, it's crows. It's the birds. Woo! There's two kinds of birds here. What's these little red ones down at the bottom? The orangish ones, I wonder. Interesting. And that could be a problem for like aircraft. Let's see if these go linearly through this sequence.
Hawk, Texas.
Okay.
Great blue heron, some egrets, and some white and black ibises.
Yeah. I like how he's got them coming in the land, everything.
It's a menagerie of different birds there.
Yeah. And they're all looking at him. They're like, what are you doing? I love this. That's pretty cool. I like it. What's this next one? We got to pick up the pace a little bit, guys, because I'm about to run us out of time chatting about them endlessly. Who's next?
It's still Thomas Millard. It's the great white heron. And the alligator.
Oh, what the fills. Yeah. There it is. I love how he's got the reflection. And then there's also all the colors. You got the blue sky reflecting off the water is awesome. Everything about that's pretty neat, especially for the symmetry aspect of it. Man, that's so cool. And you got a gator in the picture. All right, so which one's the next one?
Gulls, Texas City.
All right, that's in the other email. Oh, this is the birds. I like how he's running monochrome too.
I don't think that's monochrome.
You don't?
No.
It looks like it to me.
It just looks like he shot a bunch of seagulls on a cloudy day. The colors, all the natural colors, just all kind of look that way.
They just look muted like that.
Hold on. Here's an easy way. Nope, it's see. Well, you can't see it, but I pulled up the histogram. We definitely got full colors in there.
Interesting. That's awesome. Because it looks like black and white the way it's muted. Interesting. I like it. I like that one. What's the next one?
Thomas Millard, Harris Hawk, Galveston.
Ah, it's the guy with the top hat. There's two hawk ones. That's why I asked.
Yeah, the guy with
one's
the top
got
hat.
one's got a fellow, the handler with the top hat. I like it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, gotta have a drink of water. I like it. I like the whole, it tells a story. You know, it looks like they're getting ready to go hunt or do a demonstration. That's pretty slick. What's his next one?
The other hawk in Galveston.
All right. Yeah, that's the only other one in the other email. It's got the one where it's flying across the scene. Everybody's watching it in awe. That's pretty cool. You get to kind of see the plane of flight. What am I trying to say? You get to see along the top edge of the wing, see how it's and how it's so symmetrical. That's just interesting how the wings work on those birds. That's a cool photo. I like how he's got the motion blur in the people too, because he's tracking the bird. That was a difficult shot to get.
Yeah, next one's the pelicans.
All right.
Laporte. What? I don't know. He says no. We got pelicans. Chemo, Texas.
Okay. Yeah. I like this just because of the color contrast between the birds in the sky. It looks like it's pretty late in the day with the way the shadow's kicking across her wings, too. That's a neat photo. He's got one more.
Buzzards.
Yeah, the vultures. I like how they're marching. This one is cool. I like this. It looks like they're marching to the carrion. That's pretty awesome.
Moving along.
I
Tim
don't.
Cotter now.
All right, yeah. I got to bail out of this. Go to here. Um,
Hummingbird.
Ruby-throated hummingbird. It's a gorgeous photo, isn't it? Man, look at the detail in that hummingbird. That's an amazing photo. To catch it actually drinking from a legit flower and not a feeder is special because you don't know where they're going to be. You just have to sit down and camp on a field and wait. You got a feeder, I guess, and then you would put these up, and then you'd plant maybe these flowers out in the edge of your yard. Then you just go post up and wait. How long you have to wait? I mean, this is an amazing photo to just wait it out. It took a lot of work to get that. Well done. Well done, Tim. That's an amazing image.
Next picture is going to be a red-tailed hawk. Jesus, this is a good picture. I like that one. He caught the water, which is hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, I gotta jump out and find it. Oh wow!
Told you so.
I'm sorry it's taking me so long to catch it. Let me just look and see how quick the actual stream updates. Let me just put the chat back. There we go. Wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. It almost looks like a turkey. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, these are really hard to get photos. What's this next one?
Gonna be the next one is Woody Mallory, number 2. Seems like I'm missing one from Woody. Oh no, just they didn't get in.
I thought Tim Cotter had 3. Was I wrong?
No, he did. We had 3. We had no.
I
I only got 2 in here.
Really? Let me see. Maybe I was wrong. No. Oh, he only sent 2. What he does, he sent high res versions and then standard internet versions. That's what he did. Yeah, he's what? No, we got an Osprey coming in hot.
I don't know which one you're looking.
It may have crashed the download. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's full res. I guarantee you. I'm sorry, Tim. We can't post it. We don't have time to pull it because it's a 16 megabyte image. My download speed won't allow it. It's a beautiful picture of an osprey it looks like it just picked up lunch and it's heading out of the water. But
anyways,
this one is
Woody Mallory number 2. It's the blue heron flying over grasses.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Moving along.
Yeah, let's see the next one.
What is this? Falcon of some sort?
Let me see.
Is it a juvenile hawk?
These are Woody Mallory.
I guess maybe it's a juvenile hawk.
The hawk was in my backyard, a separate photo from the one you seen earlier in the year. Okay. It probably is. He said he just happened to catch it in his backyard. I bet its orange eyes dictate it's juvie.
I'm Phil saying it's a Cooper's hawk.
Oh, okay. That's a cool photo. To catch it in your yard like that. Except everything in your yard is terrified that it's there. Show us next one.
Carolina wren.
I love how it's looking at him. It's looking straight in the lens. Man, you guys know your birds way too well. I love these little bitty songbirds. They're so cute. I just like everything about this. They're just looking right in your eye. Loud bird. That's what Phil said.
I'm going to import George's photo real quick.
All right. Is his next?
Will be once I get done importing it.
All right. Oh, yeah. Wait till you see this.
What's up, little parakeet?
Yeah, isn't it cute? And he's got it in the mirror, too. I like it. The little guy posing for the camera. George is always good for something unique. He comes up with really unique stuff. If you're friends with him on Facebook, he's constantly doing photos of like restaurants where he goes to eat in Chicago. He lives in Chicago, and a lot of times he'll be telling you about a restaurant that has been open for 45 years or 60 years, and it's closed up shop because of this whole debacle this year, and and it's not to be reopened, sadly, reality. But he's always good for a cool little shot like this. I love it. I love how it's the parakeet posing for the camera. And I don't know if the image in the mirror or the one on the finger is the better pose. They're both good. And he's got both at once. Yeah. He says she's a ham. She loves having her picture made. That's awesome.
Splashes?
Yes, put mine up. Well, no, do Phil. Is it up already?
No.
Yeah, do Phil's.
All right, here. It's Phil's.
All right, everybody. I want to go ahead and do Phil's first. Phil's next live stream, his subject is panoramas. So if you haven't been over to Phil's stream yet, he does them on the opposite week on Thursday at like 6 p.m. And this week, or this next one he's got, which will be a week from Thursday, he's doing panos, and he says he wants it to be a stitched panorama. So, not just a cropped standard one image and you crop it down to look like a pano. He wants you to actually
a lazy pano.
Yeah, just do a multiple photo and then stitch it with software. That way he's trying to get you to practice shooting panos is the point. So, but yeah, his stream will go live 6 p.m. September 17th, which is a week from Thursday. Now put ours up. But yeah, Phil's stream is a little different from mine. Him and Heather run it side by side, and it's kind of cool. I wished I could participate more. I'm just not available at that time slot now, so I just don't. I hop in when I can get opportunity, but he does an awesome stream. I love to watch him. Yay, panos. All right. My next challenge is your front yard. Find something interesting in your front yard to take a photo of. Now, I've got some in this yellow block down at the bottom. Try to send no more than 2 photos if possible. All right. And as it says, we love them. We just can't get through them all. Also, be sure to save the file name with your name as the beginning of the file. It helps us to know whose is whose. Because what I end up doing is if I download them, Now, if you don't have any way of renaming the file before you upload it, it's fine, and we'll do it here. But if you can and you have time and you're at your computer and you can rename the files before you email them, it would be a great big help if you can stick your name at the beginning of the file name, and then just, David Sailors 1, David Sailors 2, whatever your name is, like that. That way we know which one's which, and we can track it a little easier. That'd be a great big help. But yeah, and like I said, send your 2 best photos, and that way we'll have a little more time to jabber about them and enjoy it and stuff like that. But go out in your front yard and get a photo and send them to gpstreamphotos@gmail.com. It's Georgia Photographer Stream Photos at gmail.com. I would have never guessed that would have been available. I don't have the sound to put crickets in the background. That was supposed to be deadpan humor. Yeah. but yeah, gpstreamphotos@gmail. And that does make it a lot easier. I hijacked that idea from Phil. He did Phil's stream pics, and sure enough, there was an email address, and now I don't have to sort through them. Maybe a bird again, Joy said. If it's in your front yard, it's in your front yard.
Put the cat food out in the front yard.
Yeah, whatever you want to shoot, as long as it's in your front yard, it's good. I just do something in your front yard, because once again, some people still don't really have a lot of luxury as far as travel goes. I know that in England, they still have lockdown stuff, and there's certain cities around our country where you can't get out and about, So do something in your front yard. I think that'd be a good one. And if the date works out, let me see. I haven't looked on the calendar yet. I really, really, really appreciate everybody participating. Man, it's awesome when you guys show up. Looks like it should be September 22nd should be the next stream. So if all goes according to plan, we'll go over photos in your front yard on September 22nd. And let's see here. I had something else. What was it? No, I didn't. If you haven't done it yet, go over to Phil's channel, like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Phil Thatch. He does an awesome video channel, and he's been pumping out the videos, dude. He's doing 3 a week. He's hard hitting right now. And if you haven't liked it yet, like this stream. There's a like button on it, and subscribe to the channel if you like my content. I'd really appreciate it. Me and Aaron put this stream on every Tuesday at 5:30, every other Tuesday at 5:30, excuse me. And I appreciate you guys so much. We've had a lot of fun. So until next time.